guys. I am Lanikia, and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Days of Our Lives edition. Today is Thursday, January the 11th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, um, I'm going to have to give this one a solid 6. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So, first of all, we see Harris comes up to Kate and Roman, who are sitting down enjoying breakfast with each other. Sorry, I hope my mic isn't too close to my mouth. Who are sitting down enjoying breakfast with each other in the town square, Horton Square. And so when he, excuse me, comes up to them, he asks to speak to Kate alone. And of course, Roman says, he tells Roman, "Do you mind?" And Roman says, "Yes, I do mind. Whatever you have to tell Kate, you can say in front of me." And Kate, of course, agrees to this. I don't think it was that big of a deal, but okay. So they sit down, and he sits down and he talks, and he says, "Kate, I need to speak to you about Lucas." And of course, she's like, "Oh my gosh, something happened to him in prison." He said, "No, this whole drug epidemic that's going on, we believe that it's linked back to someone from Statesville." And she was like, "Okay, but Lucas isn't, he wouldn't do that." And he said, "No, what I'm asking is that we need an inside man to give us information. And I was wanting to see if we could work with Lucas." Of course, Kate says no. She says it's too dangerous. She just wants Lucas to do his time and come home. Then she gets up and leaves because she has to take a call with Billy. And so when she does that, Roman and Harris continue to talk. And Roman tells Harris, "Listen, Lucas is in prison for kidnapping my daughter. So that's where he's supposed to be to serve his crimes." And then because Harris tells Roman that if they could get Lucas to help, then he would get his sentence. Like he would let him go free from prison. And Roman, of course, is like, "What are you, a miracle worker or something?" He said, "You know how this works, Roman. They would see Lucas as a hero because this epidemic in Salem is huge. So they would see him as a hero and they would allow this." And so Roman says, "You know what? Lucas did help when we wanted to get to Orpheus. And Harris did remind him, Kate is your wife and you know she wants her son free." He said, "Yes, and I do love Kate and I would do anything for her. So, yeah, if you can talk Kate into it, I'm behind it." And so Kate comes back to sit down, and they're talking about Billy and uh and everything. And then Harris tells her, "Well, what if we could get Lucas out?" So he tells her all, the plans to of how this would actually help Lucas if he could help the police. And Kate is hesitant, but she wants Lucas free. So she's like, "You know what? Okay, I'll do it." So then, and so that's what's gonna happen there. She just hopes she's not making a mistake. So then, moving on from that, we go over here to Brady, um, Alex, Teresa, and Justin. So they're all standing around and they're talking about Tate. Well, first of all, Alex, before Justin gets there, they talk to Rafe and they tell Rafe that Tate was attacked in prison. He said he didn't know, well, in the, jail. He said he didn't know that. He told them to put Tate in isolation. So he's going to go check on that. And so he goes off and checks on that. So while he's doing that, Justin comes up and they find out that um, Tate was supposed to have some type of hearing, but it was denied. So he's not going to be able to get any type of appeal. His appeal was denied and everything. So of course, Alex is throwing shots at Justin, saying, "Listen, this is his fault because he didn't do what he was supposed to do." And I said, "Why are y'all there?" Alex is becoming unlikable for me because he's being such a jerk to Justin, and it's because he's gotten all this money and everything. But I don't know, child. He's becoming unlikable the way he speaks to Justin, and he pretty much told Justin, "You were no good. I told you we should have went with my lawyer because Justin is no good when it comes to this. He wasn't able. Like, we need resources." And Justin said, this is what Justin is telling Alex: "We need resources. It takes a lot of money to do move mountains. And Alex said, we have money. And Justin said, well, it also takes time. And Alex is like, we have money that would have bought the time. Alex is like, if EJ can throw money at this and get a judge in his pocket and get all this stuff maneuvered, then we have just as much money as the Damaras. So let's throw money at it as well. So anyways, that's what they end up trying to do. But um Alex is just like, we should have went with my lawyer. And Justin is like, he's had enough of it. He's tired of being insulted by Alex. He said, I've done everything legally possible that I could do, and that's it. Like, I'm off the case. I will remove myself, and you could bring your own person in. And that's where it goes from there. So then we see that Brady, Justin, and Rafe talk, and Rafe lets Brady know that it was some kind of oversight. He got Tate into a safe environment, into isolation. The guards are going to be checking on him. He's going to send the med team down every few hours to check on him. Tate wants Brady and Teresa to know that he's good. He gave him some ice for his eye, and it's all, he's doing much better. They're trying to keep him as safe as possible. Of course, Brady appreciates that. And so then Rafe says, before you go in and do this motion, Justin, we need to be sure that you are going to remove yourself from this case, that would be the best thing to do before you go in and go into the room and tell Teresa and Alex that you're removing yourself. And Brady said, listen, I know I didn't stand up for you in there earlier, but this is my son. You're the best. We can get a second opinion from Bill or Carrie or somebody, but otherwise I want you on the case. I said, well, y'all gonna have to have him on the case, because who coming back? He said, otherwise, I want you on the case. So don't even worry about what Alex said. This is my son, not Alex. Teresa and I are the parents, and we will back you. And Justice says, okay, but let's go see. Child, they go up in here with Alex. And Rodney, the lawyer, he thought he was going to bring in this hotshot lawyer. Rodney said, baby, Justin did the best that could be done. I'm not about to do anything else because I could be disbarred. So, no, I'm not going to do it. And so they get off the phone, and Alex has to let them know. And so they said, okay, fine. Then Justin is going to take over the case. And Justin says, I will do it. But Alex, I'm not willing to take any more insults from you. You stay out of my way. That's what I heard. And Alex said, okay, fine. And so then Justin ends up leaving, and Teresa tells Alex, Brady and I are Tate's parents, and we need to talk about this. He's like, you want me to leave? And she was like, yes, yes, sir. Because if Justin had quit, they were not going to have a lawyer. So she said yes. So he ends up leaving or whatever. And Brady was like, that was harsh. She said, this is about my son. I don't care about hurting feelings. I said, girl, Alex is acting like this because your butt lied. Your butt lied. Well, Alex is being a jerk because obviously money changes you, because it's changed him. But you also lied to this man, and you're sitting here looking at this father and son relationship that's broken down because you told Alex that his dad was Victor when you knew his dad was Alex, just because you wanted the money. I don't know. I feel bad for Teresa, but not too much. You did. You start, not the whole Tate thing. She didn't do that, but you started this whole breakdown between Alex and Justin. This really is your fault. Let's move on, child. So then we see Everett and Chad, because that's it with those people. We see Everett and Chad, and they're sitting at they're talking right at the paper. And so while they're speaking, um, they talk about, everything going on with his article, and he's like, you did a great job. And Everett's like, I see you writing down notes. He said, yeah, because there's a meeting I want you to go to with me with Paulina. And he was like, oh, that should be good. She's always great for you know she's always gives the best sound bites and everything, so this should be really good for the article. So then he tells him, yeah, because he brings up Stephanie and how she's helping him and with the paper and just the PR part of it. And he tells him, "Well, I saw you guys kissing on New Year's Eve, and it looked really passionate." And he said, "Yeah, but it was just one of those things. It wasn't much to it. We just got caught up in the moment. That was all." And he's like, "Oh," so Chad is like, "Oh, okay." He said, "All right, let's go to Paulina's then." And that's pretty much it, y'all, with that whole thing. So they get up, they go to Paulina's, and they're talking to her. And, Paulina still got her little cough going on. And so they're talking about the drugs. They're asking her, "What do you have to say?" So she said, "Okay, this is what I have to say to the citizens of Salem." They start recording her. She's doing a lot of coughing. And so they get her water and everything. She gives her speech. She tells them that she's going to make sure that everyone understands how dangerous these drugs are. And then she gets a phone call while she's doing all this coughing, and they're concerned about her. They give her water. "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And she gets a phone call from the hospital, but she ignores it because they're there. And so they decide to go. They get the article they need, so they leave, right? And so then Paulina's like, um, plus they're having this Martin Luther King Day special, I guess, going on. And so they're throwing this event. So Paulina was telling them about that as well. So anyway, she calls her doctor. They tell her, "We need you to come in for the results." And she said, "Why can't y'all just give them to me over the phone?" The nurse over the phone, the nurse says, "No, no, no, the doctor has to do this for you." And she said, "Okay," but they want her to come in the next day. And she said, "I next day, that's that's our little program going on." And they were like, "No, you need to come in." So she's like, "Okay." So Paulina is of course concerned because they wouldn't give her the results over the phone, and then they want to see her immediately. So then we see Everett and Chad leave, and they were like, "That was great with Paulina. The coughing was concerning." And Everett said, "I did happen to take a glance at her phone, and she was ignoring a call from the hospital." He said, "Do you think it's more than just a little cough?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "Oh, Lord. Is this why the whole A still has an amnesia going is still going on because he's gonna have to step back in as mayor?" Because they did bring up that Abe was a black mayor, then Paulina is a black woman mayor, and this is all the dream that MLK had and everything. They brought all that up. But we've been saying for a few weeks now, like, why hasn't Abe regained his memory? So is something going to go down where Paulina's need to step aside and they're going to need a mayor, and this is how they're going to get Abe back into that role? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Don't take everything I say. I'll watch it just like you, and I'm just giving my thoughts. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. It was a solid episode for me. No fireworks or anything. It was just a solid episode. But let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the final episode of the week of What Happened on the Soaps Days of Our Lives edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.